Hey, Kimmy, thank you so much for doing this interview. We just want to hear from you what your thoughts are about buying a home. I know you're in the process of thinking about it and kind of exploring your options. So can you share a little bit first on why you want to buy a home, and then we'll get into some of the questions and challenges you have.
Okay, so I'm kind of new to this whole process, and I'm actually new to even thinking about buying a home. I've always been pretty nomadic, moving around a lot, and so buying a house or a home didn't really seem like it felt like a bit of a burden to have to, keep that as a concern when I was elsewhere. But I think with everything that's kind of been happening recently, the state of affairs it is as it is today, um, I've been thinking a bit more about, I guess, um, finding a place that a home that I can come home to, even if I'm not necessarily there all of the time, and maybe renting out a room, or maybe getting a duplex where I can rent out, one side of the home and build equity while I'm off gallivanting and adventuring. So yeah, so I guess I'm pretty new to this process and trying to find out more.
So being new to this process, what are some of the questions that you're thinking about right now, or challenges that you have? And it can be, broad if you don't know anything about the process, but would like to hear some of the questions that you have.
I definitely don't know much about the process at all. So I've got questions about things from beginning to end. Things about, you know, what kinds of loans should I be looking at? What kinds of homes should I be looking at? Considering area, this location versus this location. And
so I know you're finishing your PhD in Minneapolis. Is that the area that you're looking to buy a home in?
yeah, I think so. I've been here for quite a while, and I've got a lot of community here, which is important for me. So um, even though I don't necessarily want to be here the entire year, winter, for example, I'd like to not be here all the time. I would like to have uh, roots in a sense here. Essentially somewhere where I can like store my library of books so that I don't have to move them every time I move, because I would say that that is one of the biggest pains of my life, is moving my books.
So, being there, how are you going about looking for a loan officer or bank, or what's your process for starting to do that research?
I've done like some basic like Google searches. I've talked to friends. I've got a lot of friends who are homeowners, um, and and so I've been talking to friends and getting information that way. Um, and it is interesting because a lot of times our situations are a little bit different. I am, again, like finishing up my PhD. I've been a student. I've been in school, and so yeah, so I've got like definitely concerns around what kinds of things that I am even eligible for. So
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited for you in starting this process. It sounds like it's a little bit overwhelming, but we'll share some information with you, and yeah, it's an exciting time. So thank you so much for spending this time with us and sharing your thoughts.
thanks for having me.